We all in this thing together, girl. You know I got your back. Ain't no worries, don't you worry. Let me whip up my sister's recipe. Oh, oh, my sister's recipe. Oh, oh, my sister's recipe. Oh, my sister's recipe. Oh.
Hey,
Hey,
sis.
sis.
Welcome to another episode of My Sister's Recipe. And as you can see, we are doing video again. We want to incorporate our YouTube platform. So if you have not done so already, please make sure that you subscribe and follow us at My Sister's Recipe on YouTube. And I hope you already have because you're watching us right now. But I am your girl, Ariel.
I'm Candace.
We are so excited to come back and chat with you guys about this week's episode, episode 9. Home is where your peace is. And as you can see, I'm inside my home. But Candace, where are you?
I am outside with some lovely birds chirping, got the leaves in the background, enjoying the fine breeze. Girl, I'm good. I'm good. I'm posted up outside.
So you are outside of your home where it definitely looks peaceful because I'm hearing the birds chirping. I'm like, Dad, like I want some of that outside.
Yes. So right now we're still quarantining. So I have all the little children running around. So I was like, I need to go somewhere where it's a little bit more quieter. So that's what I'm doing right now.
I hear you, girl. I definitely hear you. Well, that is you creating your peaceful space. And that's what this week's episode was all about. And we hope that you ladies who have listened, and some of you gentlemen too, if you have not done so already, you were able to find a peaceful place in your home, or you've been able to be the peace in your home and start creating that atmosphere.
hmm So, Ariel, I know that you're still at home. So, typically, would you say that your home is more one of the more peaceful places that you could be?
Oh, definitely. Like when I have my space. Like when I'm at home, I like for it to feel like home, which means I want it to be comfy. I'm on the West Coast, one of the West Coast. Most of my family is on the East Coast. So I like familiar things to make me feel like home. So it's going to be like being able to be comfortable in my living room where I'm at really right now. So I got my big comfy couch and I have my TV and, just things that make me feel like I am at home. Making my space as peaceful and welcoming for me is one of the most important things ever for me when it comes to home.
Yeah. And that's interesting that I'm actually outside because, as you can see, there's a lot of greenery around me. And I know for some people, they like to implement, I see you have greenery around you too.
I do.
So they like to implement a lot of like plants and flowers, greenery, whatever that is. And that typically can make your home feel peaceful as well. I know I used to have these big, huge, like they were huge. They were so huge. It was these plants that I used to have in my home, but they outgrew my space. Like you could probably have them outside as tall as they were. At this point, they completely outgrew my space. And so I had to get rid of them, unfortunately. But yeah.
I thought I lost you there. It went on iPhone, but I'm glad that we didn't. So we'll keep on going with it. But that means you were doing a good job, girl. It means that you were taking care of those plants. And I definitely have my little plant babies that I've had well before quarantine. And they're growing during this time. I had to repot them. But this plant is artificial, as you guys could probably tell. But I do have 4 plants actually that are real that I care for, just because I've always saw my mom, my grandmother, they both had green thumbs. It was all about flowers and potting really beautiful plants. So I was like, why not? I do have a balcony because I'm in an apartment. I have my balcony. I haven't really done anything for my balcony because I'm on a loud, busy street. So I was like, why not bring my plants inside and care for them inside?
Yes.
It adds to your home. It's comfortable. So I agree with that.
Yeah, it does. There's a lot of tricks and trades and, different things that you can do to your home. I know we mentioned on the episode of DIYing, making sure your furniture is a certain way, to get that feng shui. So there's a lot of different things. And I know that even the color of paint, for me, I typically try to steer away from like dark colors when it pertains to my home, because it can kind of be a little gloomy, like the reds, the gray, well, like dark grays, the blacks. I've been seeing, though, here lately, that's a popular color for more modern homes. And so I'm not gonna say I dislike it, but for me, I don't want my home to be gloomy. But hey, whatever floats your boat, whatever you like, that's what we're saying. Whatever is peaceful to you, whatever you like, I would say implement it.
Yeah, because there's tricks to it. Like a lot of people, they'll put mirrors in their homes because the mirrors make your space seem larger. So
Yes.
also the darker colors, which I think is beautiful, but I think that if you're going to put a dark color, maybe as an accent wall, don't paint all 4 walls or more in a dark color, maybe just as an accent wall. But I'm happy that you brought that up, because it makes me think of you not wanting it to seem gloomy. It's because that's not what's in you. Because we talked about in this week's episode, what's happening within your home is a reflection of what's going on inside of you. So you saying, I don't want my home to feel gloomy, is because that's not what you have inside of you, which is right. Like you want it to be a place that is representative of you and your family, and something that they feel welcomed and peaceful in. So that's a great point that you brought up.
Yeah. No, that's a really great point. Even, you're just recognizing that that's not something that is on the inside of me. And we're not saying that for those that have like darker paint on your walls and you're gloomy. We're not saying that, but for me, because right, but for me, because I am a person who like brighter colors and lighter colors. Typically, if you come in my home and I'm just painting my walls black, you're probably gonna be like, Candace, what's up? What's going on? And so that's what we're saying. But also we talked about investing in the people in your home.
Yeah.
And so I know I was just thinking today, like, man, now this might be a little heavy, but my daughter got in trouble today, this morning.
That's not happy.
So it's not happy. It's not happy. My house was, it was not as peaceful as I would have liked it to be, because my daughter got in a lot of trouble this morning. But I was like, when was the last time that I really spent quality time with her? Like that, that quality time where it's just me and her, not me, her, daddy, and then little sister and little brother, just me and her. And so I was like, I think that's why I see certain behaviors. And so I know that, and I'm just saying that to say that it's important that you notice stuff like that in your home, where maybe somebody, your roommate or your husband or your wife, they're walking around a little bit heavier, or your kids, and you're like, what's wrong with you? Fix your face. What is up? But sometimes it's because maybe they just need a little bit of quality time, And so I think that's what was happening there. So I need to make sure I'm doing that. Yeah.
I love that you said that. And that, for one, you were self-reflective enough to say, it's not about what she's doing right now. It's about what can I do in response to what she's doing to help bring her out of that, which I think is beautiful as a parent. Because some people say, why are you just acting like this? Why are you acting out? There must be something wrong with you, instead of saying, like, what's happening in our home? Because that is what creating, like you said, a peaceful home is all about, like that self-reflection. And because you guys are the leaders of your home, it starts from the top down. So I absolutely love that. And being that we are all in an abnormal space, we've never been in these times before. I mean, this self-quarantining has not happened since 1918. So no one, unless you're 100 years old or plus, has been in a time such as this. So it's something new, and everybody is learning. And there is so easily to neglect the people that you've been seeing literally every single day for the past 3 months if you've been in LA. But around the country, some people are going out and exploring, but it's still different because there's still the barrier between people. And for the children, I put up a post on my personal Instagram page. Shout out at the Ariel Jackson. Candace, you want to shout yours out real fast?
Shout out to my Instagram. I'm sorry. My personal Instagram. I'm like, girl, what we do? My personal Instagram is Candace at Candace Dupree.
Yes. So I just shout that out because I threw mine out. But I put a post up recently about the children because they have been seeing quarantine. If they have had the ear to listen to the news, they've been seeing large numbers of people dying very suddenly and unexpectedly. And then on top of that, they've been seeing the police brutality and the systemic inequalities of racism that our country has been going through all at once. So there's so much that they don't even have the capacity to really understand that they're taking in. Mm-hmm. So that's why it's so important that you were able to self-reflect and identify that, because even if you don't pay attention to the piece that may or may not be in your home, you still as a parent have to pay attention to the piece that may be unsettled within your child, the things that are unsettled with them. So I absolutely love you even using this as an example on this platform, because your kids are they're still functioning.
Yeah. And it's
with emotion.
Yeah. And it's something that I have to be conscious about. Like sometimes we have to slow down. We literally have to slow down, because sometimes we're just in the moment and we just react because we're in the moment, and we're just mad because we're in the moment, and we just do stuff because we're in the moment. Mm-hmm. And that's what I was doing. I was reacting because, she did something, and I'm like, wait a minute, like this is a attention-seeking behavior, And so because I was able to slow down and catch that, I was like, okay, this is more than just her doing A, B, C, and D. She's doing it because of A, B, C, and D, So it's, I'm like, okay, she might need a little bit more attention. She might need a little bit more of quality time. And so, those things are important. Those things are important to bring peace, not only into your home, but into your life, And so, yeah.
Yeah, so true. Well, ladies, I hope that you enjoyed a little bit more about our discussion on this week's topic. Home is where your peace is. Candace, do you have any last thoughts?
Last thoughts? No, I just, I really hope that you go back and watch or listen to and watch, because we have video, but listen to and watch our episode, Home is Where Your Peace Is, and that's at MSR_podcast on Instagram. You can follow us at My Sister's Recipe on Facebook and Twitter, and then you can also follow us on YouTube. So that's it.
And we'll have, of course, our social media handles at the end of this video. So if you did not catch that, make sure you catch it with your eyes as you're watching the video. But if that's all, ladies,
until next time.
We all in this thing together, girl. You know I got your back.